I got stuff for you.
Holy moly. I need to get some snakes and release them around my house.
But they love eating people. They love eating kids.
These guys are the scientists of the supernatural, lecturers leaving lessons for inquiring laymen. They are applying the scientific method to a world that baffles science. They are the cryptids of the corn.
Every day that you open your mouth,
I know, right?
I'm more convinced that you're abducted by aliens.
No.
And it just stood up. I mean, it just like kept going and going. And she goes, what the?
These are idiots.
I was laughing reading this because I already knew how you would feel.
Idiot. What part of the story fits your balloon?
Well,
This isn't a UFO. But who else has big black wings and red eyes?
Batman.
Oh, Mothman.
Oh, yeah, Mothman.
Well, everyone, I think we know exactly what it is. So say it all with me. It was the sandhill crane.
Would you try it?
No.
You wouldn't eat it?
No.
Why?
Because they're probably toxic. There'd be a lot of poop in my pants. I've seen a 6-foot alligator go swinging through the air and slam into a tree. Welcome back! Season 7 finale, Part 3. I am the great and powerful mystery.
And J-Clone779.
Woo!
Wonder if that got picked up.
Woo! He slapped himself. Not very hard.
Yeah, not that hard.
No, so
I was about to, and then I
are
realized.
you enjoying the season finale?
Yeah.
Just so everybody
I
knows.
mean, last week when we were in here talking about these tree kangaroos and whatnot, I got pretty excited.
Today we're going to talk about the Antamaba. The Antamaba.
Antamaba. Oh, I'm J-Clone779. I already say
Yes.
that. Oh, the slap, maybe if.
Gave yourself a...
Yeah.
I gave myself a concussion last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I really did. Yes, the Antamaba.
Antamaba.
Yeah. So the Antamaba is a cryptid from
Well, no, you're supposed to tell me where it's from. I got to get my plane ticket, remember?
Madagascar.
Okay, swimming over to Madagascar. Or flying, whatever.
Swimming, that's a long swim.
Oh, yeah, because we were just in back in Papua New Guinea for the tree kangaroos. So, yes, it is quite the swim.
So
The Indian Ocean.
I guess, yeah, you just got to go through the Indian Ocean. It's not
All
that
right.
far.
I could stop in Sri Lanka.
A couple thousand miles.
Adams Bridge, I think is what it's called.
Sri Lanka. That's one of my dream destinations.
Sri Lanka?
Yes.
Of all places in the world?
Yeah, it's one of the most biodiverse places on the planet.
Wow. Okay. I thought Tennessee was.
Tennessee is.
Oh, you're right. It is. Fun fact.
No.
Season like 2, 3, 4 reference.
I have no idea. The Antamaba is a cryptid reported from Madagascar. It is allegedly a large cat-like predator. In his work, Historia de la Grande Isles de Madagascar, which is a 1658 book, a French governor of Madagascar, Admiral, Atima de Falcourt.
Oh, so it's named after him, right?
What?
What's his first name?
Admiral Intima?
Okay.
I
thought-
guess... it is kind of spelled similar. It's an E, not an A.
Oh, okay. It
is-
sounded similar.
It is. I mean, it is kind of spelled similar. Recorded sporadically accurate descriptions of a number of Malagasy animals.
Okay.
So you remember some of our other Malagasy animals that we've talked about,
I do remember one specifically, but I hope this ain't it.
which is
The fossa?
Fusa.
The fossa.
I was thinking more of the pygmy hippos. Remember, they're still
okay.
looking for them because they just went extinct.
Oh, that's right.
Within the last 150 years.
Yeah.
But Forrest Escalante's out there, and he found bones of one was only, they estimated, like 60 or 70 years old.
Yeah.
That means that they at least didn't go extinct when they said they went extinct.
Yeah.
And Madagascar, we've talked about the whole half of Madagascar has nobody living in it.
Yep. If you guys haven't listened to apps, is that a Patreon episode or no? I don't think it is. I think it's I forget.
Oh, no, it is a Patreon because it gets gross.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Patreon
The
episode. but
Madagascar living trees.
we break down the what is it? The top topography of Madagascar, the whole island.
It's very unique.
And half of it, yeah, there's nobody living on half of it. Because
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to live on.
Yeah, it's death rainforest.
Yeah, basically. It's like the Congo.
Or I was going to say like that one
Australian
Australian rainforest where half of the trees are poisonous.
So you touch them, you will not last long.
So he just recorded a bunch of the accurate descriptions of Malagasy animals. That's one of his passion projects.
Okay.
We'll go in and like recording all the He was, like I said, a French governor over Madagascar, and I think the French still have control over Madagascar.
That's crazy.
I think they do, but I may be wrong.
That'd be like if Ohio still had
Control over like
the UP.
Oh, that would be better. Including 3 now often identified with subfossil species. So he recorded 3 things: the Tartartara,
Okay.
the Volpa rata, and the Antimaба.
And that's the one we're talking about.
Yes. So the Madagascar Antimaба is an animal as large as a dog with a round head, and according to the relations of, I'm not going to read the word, he used a very rough word for black people.
Oh, okay.
1658.
1738. Oh, wait, that's his song.
I'm like, 1658. Don't confuse me. I'm dyslexic. But he uses very colorful words. But he's, according to the local people, they resemble a leopard. It devours both men and cattle. It is only found in the deserted parts of the islands. And
Okay.
it means deserted.
Oh, okay.
So where no people live.
The deserted
They don't
parts
like
of
living
them.
near people. But if you get too close to them, they eat cattle, humans.
Hmm.
So unlike the Vorpampa and the Tartartara, the Antimaba continued to be reported long after Feltcourt's time. So the other 2 species, the other 2 cryptids, we don't know if they were just near extinction
Yeah.
when he was out there, or if they wiped them all out from the inhabited parts.
Okay.
Because this creature even was starting to pull back itself. The Antimaba was starting to pull back away from the inhabited parts of the island.
Right.
And even today, they do not like being around the inhabited parts of the island.
Hmm.
But they are quite capable, especially in Feltcourt's time, of killing humans and cattle.
Okay.
In 1883, though, Malagasy folklore compiler James Scribe found it difficult to say whether the Antimaba is a mythical creature or a real one that exists.
Still having the difficulty, huh?
200 years later. Although he felt it was very like a
I don't know, a weasel?
Fusa.
Oh, okay. Hey, I was right.
During the 1930s, French hunter Paul Sazard received reports of giant cave-dwelling lions existing in remote parts of the island. They were both killing livestock and people.
Okay.
Dale A. Dormer associated these stories with the Antimaba by Marcus Blur, consists that considering Malagasy cats to be a typical alien big cat.
Yeah,
So there's no
like-
cats in Madagascar. Madagascar.
Okay.
Malagasy is just what it's called.
Yeah, okay.
Like a Malagasy animal. And at the end of the 20th century, Fusa specialist Luke Dollar heard President rumors of the Antimaba, promoting him to lead an unsuccessful expedition to the Zimbabwean National Park in search in November of 1999. So the Antimaba is still being seen to this day. And it's basically described as a giant Fusa.
Oh, okay.
For anybody that hasn't listened to our Fusa episode, they're like small dog sized.
And they're in the weasel family, right? Or
Closely related to hyenas.
Oh, it's hyena?
Yeah. Remember
Okay,
we
what am
talked
I
about
thinking
this?
of? Like
No, they're
minks?
weasel-like.
Weasel-like, that's what
Yeah.
it was. And that's on Freaky Fauna Friday, and it's spelled Fossa.
Fossa, yep.
Yeah. It's a weird.
Despite the beliefs by some early zoologists that the Antimaba was a genuine leopard, cryptozoologists and a handful of mainstream zoologists identify it as a puma-like giant Fusa.
Okay.
So there's been no fossil evidence of any other giant big cats, like an actual cat.
Right. Feline.
There's none on Madagascar.
Okay.
Hippos are one of the exceptions because they think they swam there.
Hippos.
Hippos in Madagascar,
Yeah.
the pygmy hippos.
Yeah. But
There's
you're
not
saying,
many main African species
Oh,
on
understood.
Madagascar.
Understood. Hippos are the main exception.
Hippos are the
Gotcha.
main exception.
I thought I was still on cats.
No,
I was
'cause
like,
it's
what
just-
hippo have to
Well,
do
because
with
there are
this?
leopards
Yeah.
right there
Yep.
in Africa.
Right,
it's
but they don't-
It's hundreds of miles of ocean. It's not like it's close.
No, it's not just a hop, skip, and a jump.
But there used to be a giant, basically inland sandbar sea.
Mm.
So if you could walk along the bottom and jump up to breathe, it's a lot easier than trying to swim across it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they think that's how they got there. But yeah, so they think it was a puma-like giant Fusa.
That's interesting.
So they're still seeing Antimaba here and there, and they're early on.
Oh, we still see them?
Yeah, they're still.
Are there
sightings.
pictures of them?
No,
Oh, so they're that secretive.
they're very rare.
We know they're rare.
They're on the other side of the island most. So the Antimaba used to mean both the small Fusa. So the Fusa is the one example,
Yeah.
where the Antimaба had two sizes in the early days.
Okay.
So between 1658 to later on, when it was 200 years later, they discovered the Fusa,
Okay.
the small Fusa. So they're like, well, the Antimaба is a Fusa, which is a giant Fusa.
Mhm.
Before that, when it was Falcor's court, it was still both the normal Fusa and the giant Fusa were the Antimaба.
Okay. Like how we did in the last episode with the colossal squid and the giant squid are
Yes.
both the Kraken.
Where there was a giant Antimaба and a baby Antimaба.
Or
a little
that.
Antimaба.
Yeah.
So now it's just one, where they're like, yeah, it's a Fusa, and then there's a giant Fusa.
Gotcha.
And all the natives that see him and stuff like that are like, it's a leopard-sized Fusa.
Fusa. Which, is that possible for the Fusa to...
Not Fusa themselves. They are very small animals.
I mean, but
Like
one...
under 20 pounds.
Couldn't one just, like, break
Get
the mold?
300 pounds?
You know, island gigantism. Doesn't that happen on islands?
I think they had island dwarfism.
Ah, okay.
I think they went the other way.
See, maybe it's an old one then. It's just hung on.
But a fossil discovery on Madagascar
Uh-oh.
proved that there may still be some stuff. Because in the Holocene, guess what lived on Madagascar? Gorilla-sized lemurs and giant Fusa,
Wow. Okay.
which is literally the only other species of Fusa. It was a subfossil remains, which means they weren't even fully fossilized. They were that new.
Okay.
Of giant Fusa from the Holocene. Aside from dollars, some Fusa workers remained open to the possibility of a second species of Fusa still existing to this day in Madagascar, citing that the one that they know about is still so secretive and rare.
Yeah.
The populations they study have become habituated to people.
Okay.
So they can't just go in and find a wild Fusa somewhere.
Right, yeah.
They can find the signs of them and stuff like that. So a lot of Fusa researchers are really comfortable in the idea of there being a second species of Fusa that's a giant, rarer Fusa.
Gotcha.
An apex predator.
Gotcha.
Because Madagascar is kind of missing that. When we talked about the Fusa episode, we talked about that the largest land predator is the Fusa. And
yeah.
it's tiny.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, not tiny, but it's
Relative to an
an
elephant.
apex predator
Yeah.
where the hippos used to roam.
Right, yeah. And the buffalo.
But no, I mean, there's Madagascar has some big animals, big herbivores, and a lot of primates, or lemurs, or primates.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in 1954, M. Louvy reported to the forestry office that he had captured this crazy large Fusa that was raiding his chicken coop in the forest of Mordova in the west coast of Madagascar. So the secret coast.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was the
No,
East
East Coast.
Coast.
It was the
Yeah,
East
the East Coast is hard.
But he caught this. So in 1954, they caught an absolutely massive Fusa this guy
Okay.
did in his chicken coop.
Okay.
You want to guess how big it was? And this is how big the forestry officer measured this creature.
6 foot long and 500 pounds.
You're off on both numbers
Okay.
by a lot on both numbers.
Okay.
Well, not the feet. You're closer. It's 7 feet long
7 feet, that's pretty close.
and 70 pounds. So on this-
70?
yeah,
Oh.
because keep in mind a lot of that's tail.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a panther. Like we talked about that guy that had to strangle that panther to death.
Yeah.
I think that panther was 70 pounds,
Okay.
which is still quite capable of killing a person or a cow. Cats can punch way above their weight class when it comes to how big a prey they can take
Yeah,
on.
sharp teeth, sharp claws.
Significantly heavier and longer than any Fusa ever recorded.
Okay.
We're talking amplitudes bigger
Yeah.
than any Fusa ever recorded. It has long been thought that the Malagasy people across the island recognize two different varieties of Fusa, which they talked about this when the Antimaба. They said the red Antimaba and the black Antimaba,
Okay.
which is basically the larger and rarer of the ordinary red species. So the normal Fusa is red.
Okay.
And then there's a black Antimaба,
That one's
which is
even-
the giant rare one.
the more secretive one. Maybe
Yeah.
that one's hunts at night.
That's that's probably why it's black.
What if they're the same litter, just one's red, one's black? Diurnal, nocturnal.
Although it isn't clear if it's difference in taxonomy, it's not merely based on age, gender, or a regional variation. So yeah, the giant Fusa. Guess when they went extinct?
Ooh, so they are extinct
Now,
relatively.
relatively, this is one of those animals that I think
Could still be
So-
hanging on.
they said basically there was legends into modern day of people seeing these giant Fusa.
Okay.
And they're like, there's no Fusa that's that big.
Yeah.
And then they found the bones, not the fossils, the bones of them.
So they're still hanging on.
1500 AD
Was the last time?
was with the newest bones that they quote unquote claimed,
Okay.
with a 500-year like wiggle room each way.
Wow.
So
That's now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's now.
500 years ago.
Yeah.
The last one died 500 years ago.
Wow.
Ish.
So I think they're still out there.
It's not even a question to me.
Yeah, they're still there.
Yeah, it's the most hidden place on the planet probably.
One of them, yeah.
Where there's weird animals like Tenrex and everything.
Yeah.
Yes, a giant fossa could be there because it needs it. It's an ecological niche that's open,
Right.
and a fossa would make sense to fit it.
Right.
And we already know from the normal fossas, the small fossas, their behaviors with people. The second people move into the area, fossas abandon the area.
Okay. So they know.
So I'm going to assume a giant fossa that's even more secretive, like a big cat,
Probably more
is
intelligent.
going to do the same thing.
Correct.
Humans come in the area, humans aren't good.
Time to go.
And then occasionally killing a cow or, goats or sheep or whatever.
I caught it.
But yeah, often compared with living fossa, the giant fossa stood out for its size and adaptations. There is no longer, they say they're no longer among us. The legacy lives on through fossils and bones, and intriguing the wildlife of Madagascar. Any questions about the giant fossa?
No, I do wonder if
So
they
the-
just kind of filled a niche, if it is
Yeah.
the same animal. Like, I wonder if they're just the
They
same.
probably speciated.
Yeah, exactly. And so it filled
When
the
they got
bigger
there,
niche.
yeah, because it would make sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little primates, the lemurs.
Yeah.
And at the time, there were a couple megafaunal species. There still is a couple megafaunal species, but in the last 200 years, a lot of them have been wiped out by people.
Yeah.
But like there was literally a giant lemur on par with a gorilla.
Gosh. That'd be awesome.
So what was eating those?
Yeah.
Well, probably giant fossas.
Something had to have been.
The lemur predator.
Yeah.
It's no prey. There's very few examples when prey can evolve out of an ecosystem.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, I can name probably only two:
What? Blue whale?
blue whale and like a titanosaur. And it's only when they're adults.
Titanosaur.
Well, yeah, I mean, because the titanosaur is the family group is the giant sauropods.
Yeah, I know. Just you had to pull a dinosaur example.
And the blue whale, and it's only when they're adults.
Right, yeah. It's when they're out of the food chain.
Yeah. Because, I mean, still when they're young, if
Oh, yeah, they're still vulnerable.
Mhm.
Orcas and whatnot.
but they're still giant predators that'll challenge or challenge a blue whale. It's the orcas. Normally, for an adult blue whale, it normally is not good for the orcas, but
No.
there is the chance that they win.
But the giant squid, too. I'll go after one.
Yes, the giant fossa is now recognized as a formal species. So, in terms of weight, they think they were about 70 to 80 pounds. So, what did we say the one that was caught in 1954?
Was 70 and 7
Pounds.
feet long. Yeah.
And they get about 7 to 8 feet long.
Yeah, it's about the same thing.
Huh.
Very dead on.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but the science says.
Well, I just think it's funny that all these native people are like, yeah, there's a giant one, and here's what it looks like. Here's how big it is.
Yeah.
And like, that doesn't exist.
Right, yeah.
And then they discover
Typical.
the bones, and they're like, oh, well, it's dead now.
It's dead now.
It died 500 years ago.
it
And
was-
they're like, one just got Johnson's cow down the road.
They're like, yeah, it was probably like 6-7 foot long, 70, 80 pounds, probably. After the fact, after they found the bones.
I think these guys are great. Yeah. Any questions about the giant fossa? So why the fossa still is in this group, especially in the 1600s. By the 1800s, the fossa itself was separated out.
Ooh, does that mean I got like that a half right then?
Yeah, I'll give
'Cause
you.
Well, that's not it.
Oh,
Wrong
nope.
page. Keep going. That one. Ooh, it got all tingly again.
Ooh. No, so yeah, half right. So that'd be the red Antimaба,
Okay.
which is the normal fossa.
Yes, the smaller guy.
Which I think is so fascinating that in the 1600s, when the governor's talking to these natives, and he's just writing it down. He's just like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So the Antimaба and his several other cryptids, but with hundreds of other normal animals,
Right.
or documented animals, I guess. And he's just like, so there's two of this, and I think he took their word pretty bluntly. I think the first guy, I don't think he questioned too many,
Yeah.
and then later on, they're like, it's just a fossa,
Yeah.
just
Huh.
a fossa.
Still, a fossa itself is weird in general, so a giant one is even weirder. That's kind of cool.
Now this one is one that I don't have a weird name. I guess I kind of do.
What do I got to get over the airstrip and get off this island?
Yeah, well, we're actually going just to the neighboring continent, Africa.
Okay, back to Africa.
Back to the Dominican Republic of the Congo,
Ooh, okay.
where your El Capi was,
Yeah.
and Kelly and Bembe. And this is probably one of the scariest cryptids of the Congo.
Oh, okay. That's quite the
And
feat.
I know for a fact we have a couple primatologists that listen to this show.
Yeah.
So there's your hint.
We're dealing with a bipedal hominid. I don't know. I know a monkey.
Nothing I said about that would lead you to that.
A monkey.
Nothing I said about that would lead you to that either.
What'd you say? A primatologist?
Yeah.
Primates? What's the difference between that falls under that?
I mean, yes, it falls under that, but it doesn't mean that's what it is.
Watch. You watch.
With the Congo lion killers.
Ooh.
So these were talked about being bestial chimp gorilla hybrids
Oh, wow.
that would beat lions to death.
Someone's got to do it.
And the people there in the Congo were like, yeah, it's terrifying.
Don't mess with these guys.
And they're like, is it a gorilla? Like, no. I mean, gorillas are strong and big, and this thing's smaller than a gorilla.
Yeah.
This thing has a bad temper
Yeah.
and will go out of its way to find fights.
Okay.
Like a gorilla is pretty much, if you leave gorillas alone, they're going to leave you alone. They're
Right.
big, mostly herbivorous primates, apes. These guys are not.
Okay.
These guys are not. They're on par with gorillas. They were often called, like I said, Congo lion killers
So they hunted
or
lion?
silverback chimpanzees.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've heard of these. So they hunted lion?
They would go out of their way just to murder lions.
Oh, okay.
They hated lions.
They didn't even care to eat them.
No, they weren't eating lions. I mean, they may chew on some of them and stuff like that.
Right, but
that was not a food source.
that wasn't. Yeah, right.
It was just to go and beat lions to death.
Just got to get rid of them.
So, any guesses?
I mean, no. I mean,
The cryptid name is going to give it away because it's the name of them.
the bunyip.
In Africa,
Oh yeah, that's Australia.
there is the Congo walrus that we've never done an episode on that I went to.
Gosh, is this another cryptid though? Like a name? Like another?
You would know this name.
I should feel
It
like,
was a cryptid name, and now it's not.
I don't. Just tell me.
The billy ape.
Oh, a billy ape. Okay.
And
Oh,
it was,
wow.
for hundreds of years, the term billy ape was a cryptid name.
Okay.
I want to make that very clear because we forgot modern day that a billy ape was not a real thing, as in a documented thing for a long time.
Okay.
So there's still not a lot known about him. So in the realm of primatology, few prospects are more tantalizing as the possibility of undiscovering a new great ape species hiding in the far-flung wilderness. Some legends, like a real life, like King Kong, waiting to be found. So in 2003, when sensational reports began to emerge from a population of seemingly enormous chimpanzees, silverback chimpanzees, they were called silverback, like silverback gorilla.
Okay.
So they were comparing them. These are chimps the size of gorillas.
Yeah.
Rampaging through the war-torn jungles of the Dominican Republic of the Congo. So these were called billy apes, as they became to be known. They were said to be larger and much more aggressive and more prolific tool users than any known chimp population.
Okay.
So for a long time, they're just like, it's just chimpanzees.
Yeah.
But there were certain characteristics that they were
Just
saying.
different.
Some eyewitness accounts claimed that they looked and acted much more like gorillas. And some even claimed that they were gorilla-chimp hybrids, never before seen by science. So a century of rumors. Legends of... I'm sorry?
Is that even possible? Like a gorilla chimp hybrid?
Alex, is that possible? Here is a question for you at home.
There you go, at home there.
I'm not a primatologist.
Okay.
I don't think so. I know they've tried to hybridize orangutans and gorillas, and they're very distantly related.
Yeah? Did it work?
No.
Okay.
And I think... I really don't think that they're even in the same family. But I may be wrong on that. Gorillas and chimps.
Yeah, I don't...
Because there's a couple subspecies of chimp, like we'll talk about now,
Right, billy apes.
or even just distinct species of chimp. So the legend of billy apes, soon discovered, was nothing new. There are strange stories of extremely giant chimpanzees in northern Congo that have been circulating for over 100 years.
So this has been around for a while.
Yeah, and then it resurfaced again in 2003 when they were beating lions, when a bunch of people that were shooting at each other watched a chimp beat a lion to death.
Yeah, Congo is just full of war. all
War
the
and
time.
monsters.
Yeah.
Ever since the first European explorer began to penetrate the region in the early 20th centuries. In 1908, the Belgian army officer returned to the Congo with a collection of large ape skulls he said were from near a town known as Billy.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
The skulls were unlike any known ape, much, much bigger than any chimpanzee, with a prominent brow ridge similar to that of a gorilla.
Okay.
So their skulls look like they're halfway between a gorilla and a chimp.
Chimp, yep.
At the time, gorillas had never been seen in that part of Africa.
Okay.
So this is right after gorillas were even discovered, and there was not any legends of gorillas in this area.
Okay, so very secretive.
Yeah. A perplexing curator of the Belgian Royal Museum for the Central Africa cataloged the skulls as belonging to a new gorilla subspecies. He's just like, that's the closest thing they look like. They just have to be, it's just
It's
a
going
gorilla.
to fall under here.
But they were later reclassified as chimps and then largely forgotten. So after they got more gorilla skulls and more chimp skulls, they're like, well, this is just a giant chimp.
Yeah,
This is not a gorilla. It has some gorilla features, but it's definitely a chimp skull.
gotcha.
Does that make sense so far?
Yeah,
Especially it's 1908 and the curator's just looking at bones.
right.
So he's just trying to figure that out.
You can see the difference, but it's got more chimp features than gorilla.
Whispers about Billy apes persisted through, carried back to the Congo's wild hinterlands by hunters, explorers, and missionaries. Everybody going to the Congo in this specific area would talk about these different chimps.
Okay.
They'd see chimps all the time and gorillas every once in a while. Not this part of the Congo, but they'd see gorillas in their travels through the Congo.
Right.
And then every once in a while, they'd run into a Billy ape and be like, they're monsters.
Something
They're
different.
Bigfoot.
They said something different on a different spectrum.
The Azdan people who inhabited the region had long spoken of two distinct kinds of ape in their forest. The small tree beaters, which are normal chimpanzees,
Okay.
and the much larger, more aggressive lion killers, known as
apes.
billy apes. Eyewitness reports describe these fearsome creatures growing up to 6 feet tall and weighing over 400 pounds,
Yeah, it's pretty big.
on par with some of our bigger gorillas. Bigger than any chimp, and bigger than most gorillas on record.
Okay.
The height, I think, is bigger than any gorilla, but the weight is not. They slept on the ground in gorilla-like nest, and they had a terrifying assortment for attacking lions, leopards, and elephants.
Okay. So they go after anything.
So yeah,
They
they're
don't
like,
care.
The only two things that sleep on the ground in this jungle
There's
are
them.
gorillas and billy apes.
Yeah, that's it.
Because they do not care.
Like a honey badger.
Can you imagine seeing an elephant take off running through the jungle being chased by a chimpanzee?
I'd like to see it. I wouldn't want to be close, but I'd like
I
to
just
see
imagine
it.
it looks like a drunk running after it.
What would it do if it catches an elephant? Like
Rip its trunk off?
like a fully grown bull elephant.
The elephant would win, but it's going to suck.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, their trunks are extremely sensitive. So anytime the fingernails grabs,
Dig in.
yeah, it would be bad. And they're probably throwing rocks at it and throwing spears and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, most bizarre, locals claim the billy ape would gather in hundreds at areas and howl at the rising and setting moon,
That's kind of cool.
like dogmen.
Yeah.
A behavior never before documented in any ape species.
So these guys are advanced.
So, but it's just been a creature of myth. The Congo's full of creatures of myth, if you can't tell. We keep kind of circling back to the Congo and circling back to Papua New Guinea.
I know, you're really using up my airplane miles.
Fast forward to the 1990s, the billy ape legend began to attract serious scientific interest. Swiss photographer and conservationist Carl Amann, on his assignment in the Congo, became intrigued by old stories and ape skulls in museum collections, which is crazy to me. This is before DNA was really big, and they're like, look,
Look
weird
at this
skull.
Yeah.
In 1986, he mounted an expedition to Billy to investigate. What Amann found would astonish him. Around the town of Billy, he collected accounts from hunters at recent encounters with extremely huge, hyper-aggressive chimpanzees that did not only not fear humans, they'd come right at you.
They'd attack you.
They told him that these apes were so powerful that even their poison arrows couldn't bring them down.
Dang.
So you'll see apes that have like arrows stuck in them still.
Yeah.
They do not care.
Ain't going down.
What Admin found I already read that. Tracking through the forest, Admin discovered the creature's massive ground nests. They were not hard to find.
Okay.
If you would go where they were huge. Typically, they were 2 to 3 times larger than any chimpanzee nest ever documented at the time.
Okay. So
Massive.
gigantic, yes.
He took photos of these giant footprints in the mud, measured these enormous dung piles far bigger than any chimps. Most incredibly, he was photographing one of his trackers brought back what appeared to be a freshly killed billy ape. And this is that famous big monkey or big ape that's on a stick in the black and white photo?
yeah.
That's that photo.
That's a Billy ape?
That's a Billy ape.
Oh, wow. Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
And it was the size of a gorilla.
They had him stretched out, like, basically so you could see his full length of his body. But
forever they said that was fake.
And they have a smaller head, too, for...
Yeah. It was probably a female.
Yeah.
So males have that giant skull.
Yeah, I know exactly the photo you're talking about.
So in early, eyewitness accounts, I don't know if that you guys heard that or that made it in, but
the Dover demon that
the
busted
Dover
the
demon
door.
busted through the door again.
Don't punch that one in the dust.
In 2000, now he scared me a couple times,
What?
like just sneaking up on me.
Oh, yeah.
He's absolutely terrified.
You almost turned into dust, huh?
Yeah. Anybody know? Don't sneak up on the great and powerful mystery.
You get karate chopped in the throat.
Remember, I punched that cup into dust that you were using to defend yourself.
I know I was drinking from it.
But you scared me.
Yeah.
I never forget when I punched my dad off the back porch with a ceiling fan, or not a ceiling fan, a box fan.
He had a box fan?
No, I had a box fan I was carrying, and he hid specifically far enough away. He knew I couldn't punch him.
Oh, okay.
And it was before we built that patio, so it was really narrow.
Yeah.
It was just a ramp.
Oh, okay.
For when my grandma and my brother
Right, yeah.
And he jumped out and I punched with the box fan and I knocked him off the patio. Broke the box fan.
Oops.
And eyewitness accounts in 2002 and 2003, Eamon teamed up with primatologist Shelby Williams to launch a series of expeditions into the in-depth forest of the Billy Forest. Williams, armed with his camera traps and audio recorder, was determined to become the first scientist to make contact with the elusive Billy apes. After weeks of grueling treks through the swamps and jungles, Williams finally hit pay dirt. Her small team moving through the dense stand of trees with a curious sound made them freeze in their tracks. So keep in mind, you're a primatologist, right? You're looking for probably the meanest primate on the planet.
Okay.
In an area that is full of monsters.
Full of mean stuff already, and mean plants even.
I mean, this isn't like the Australian mean plants.
It's still bad,
War-torn. And then there's lions, leopards, hippos,
McKelly and Bimbe,
elephants.
Okapi.
You get murdered by an okapi. I don't know what you did.
Well, you were in the wrong place at the wrong
Were
time.
you stealing its baby? I don't know how you can make one mad.
You ever seen giraffes fight?
It's not a true giraffe. We talked about this.
Still, if it swings that head at you.
Anyways, freezing their track, they heard a hooting call that seemed to be coming from all around them.
Ooh.
So all of a sudden, they're in this thick stand of trees, and you hear, whoo, whoo, and you know it's an ape. And now they're all around you.
Yeah.
These things that beat lions to death.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
The apes, it seemed, had found them first. Heart poundings, Williams reared her camera up, and the brush began to shake violently, mere yards away from him.
Oh, wow.
She expected the apes to flee at the sight of humans, like a normal chimp would. But that's not what happened.
They're bomb rusher?
Mm-hmm. She says this. We could hear them in the trees about 10 meters away. Then 4 suddenly came rushing through the brush towards me. If this had been a mock charge, they would have been screaming to intimidate us, but they weren't. They were quiet. They were huge. They were coming in for the kill. But as soon as they saw my face, they stopped, stared, and then disappeared back into the forest.
That's odd behavior.
Now, we'll talk about why maybe in a second. I think they may have been expecting something else.
Okay.
Like they were going to kill him.
Yeah.
Like she said, like this was not bluff charges. She's been around gorillas and chimps that do that. They were coming in to murder them.
Right.
Shaken but exhilarated, Williams returned to her close encounters with a wealth of new observations about Billy apes. She noted that they are large, with some of the males appearing to be well over 5.5 feet tall. Their faces were flat and much more human-like than any typical chimpanzee, with heavy brow ridges reminiscent of that of a gorilla.
Okay.
And most starkly, they had patches of gray fur on their entire bodies, rather than just their backs like gorillas. It was this detail that led Williams to dub them the gray ghost of the forest. So before I continue on, I don't know if it's because she was white and they were expecting to see maybe Africans.
So it just caught him off guard, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, for an animal, it's a whole different color person.
Right, yeah.
So that's a
whole new thing.
What are you?
Yeah.
Or if they thought it was another troop.
Troop of like
Billy
Congolese.
apes.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
Like they were coming in because chimpanzees are even extremely territorial with other groups of apes. So they were running in to fight another group of apes, and then like, oh,
it's like something
it's
different.
people.
Yeah.
And then they didn't run away. They just
maybe
melted into the forest. Like she said, they were not scared. but they were massive. So over the next few years, Williams and her research team managed to habituate several billy ape groups to their presence, allowing over dozens of hours of distinct behavioral observations. They marveled at the apes' extensive tool use, indicating ant dipping wands. They were over 8 feet long.
What? 8 foot long?
Yeah. And watched in all as 400-pound males erupted into fantastic charging displays, hurling rocks and beating their chests like a gorilla.
So they get the full show, like you expect to see.
But there was more. But the more they saw, the more questions arose. Examinations of billy apes' mitochondrial DNA passed down from mother to offspring clearly showed that they were chimpanzees and not a new species. But that's when they looked and acted so different from other chimp populations. Were they new subspecies, some kind of gorilla hybrid? Was it astonishing variation of chimpanzee size, appearance, and behaviors, or something that had been there all along, overlooked by science in the Congo Basin? So in 2004, researcher Cleve Harks launched the most ambitious study of billy apes to date. So at this point, nobody knows. They are documented.
Right.
People are confident that they exist.
Right. But nobody knows for sure because we
their
don't have...
mitochondrial, their mother DNA is saying that they are just chimpanzees.
Gotcha. So what's that mean? Speciated?
Now, it could be a subspecies, like they said, a phenotype that this, for whatever reason, this phenotype, whenever it's triggered, produces giants, aggressives. And I don't know of many mammals that do that, but I can name fish and reptiles and even birds that have different phenotypical children.
Okay.
We talked about northern sunfish, for example, which right down the road. They can produce 2 wholly different offsprings. One female can produce 2 wholly different phenotypical offspring.
Right.
Where one's a giant, river dweller and one's a tiny creek dweller.
Right.
Wherever she ends up, she will produce. So I don't know if it's something like that, but let's get into it. 2004 researcher what?
Huh?
Oh,
you said let's get into it. I thought of another show. Shall we?
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
Most ambitious study into billy apes. Over the next 2 years, Hicks and his colleagues associated with logged thousands of kilometers trekking through biliary landscapes, meticulously documenting every trace of chimpanzee behaviors they could find. Higgins focused his research on billy apes' most intriguing traits, unique and complex culture. Like humans, chimpanzees are not blank slates. They are born with fixed or set instinctive behaviors. Instead, they mostly learn and are passed down knowledge to offspring, giving rise to cultural traditions that can differ greatly between these populations.
Like different groups of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hicks...
That's kind of cool. It's like people.
That's what they're saying, that these are just people. They immersed themselves in the world of billy apes. The astonishing depth and diversity of their culture began to reveal itself. Perhaps most fascinatingly was their prosperity for ground nesting. As all other known chimp populations spend most of their nights in high treetops, safe from leopards and other large dangers below. But the billy apes definitely build their beds right on the forest floor and are seen readily available. Over 20% of their nest Hicks found were terrestrial, an unheard of frequency in any chimp group.
Okay.
The billy apes are also most prolific and introverted tool users ever observed among any ape.
Still imagining an 8 foot long stick you're shoving down to an ant hole.
Everywhere Hicks went, he found evidence for their material culture, sticks and rocks modified in various purposes and passed down from generations. So they'd have like cutting rocks and crushing rocks that they would use repeatedly and take with them.
Okay.
Like a knife or a tool.
Okay.
They were also giant ant dipping wands. So like we already said, well over 8 feet long. The chimps would extract aggressive driver ants from their nest. Basically, they'd stick and then they wiggle the stick around, and the ants would bite the stick, thinking it was a predator, and then they'd pull them out and eat them.
Eat them like chicken on a stick.
Mm-hmm. But they were so carefully to insert these sticks into the tiny holes in the ant without ever breaking the stick or the ant holes. No chimp population has been known to use such enormous specialized tools. Even more astonishingly, the billy apes were smashing culture. Hicks found hundreds of rocks and logs that the chimps had used as anvils to crack open hard-shelled fruits and nuts that were not available to other chimpanzees. But the billy apes took it a step further. They were using these anvils to smash open giant African land snails and even tortoises.
Oh, not good.
Something never before seen in any ape. Everywhere Hicks looked, it seemed that the billy apes were dreaming up new ways to exploit their environment like people.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps most controversial was the persistent reports of locals that the billy apes hunt and ate big cats. A part of their diet was big cats.
Man, as scary and aggressive these things are, it kind of sounds like they'd be nice to have around to get rid of some of the big
As long as you don't end up on the menu.
That's what I'm saying. As long as...
I'd rather deal with the big cat than these guys if they don't like you.
That's the big... if.
Hicks himself never witnessed a kill, but he did find Chips feasting on many dead leopards and saw scratch marks on trees consistent with leopards being chased by apes.
Oh, like trying to run up? These guys probably grabbed
and being ripped back out of the tree.
Gosh.
So like he said, he's never physically witnessed it, but he's seen it about a dozen times, them eating a leopard.
Yeah, the evidence, that post...
Them eating a leopard.
Yes.
So could these chimps have been so large and behavioral fluctuated, they turned the tables on their most feared predators, big cats?
Okay.
The more Hicks uncovered about Billy apes, the way of life, the clearer it became. It was a chimpanzee population totally unique in ecological and culture, adapt in distinctive environments of the Congo Basin, and yet... for all their peculiars, the Billy apes were undoubtedly still chimpanzees. The DNA proved it. Hicks now saw that the Billy ape's not a new species or a subspecies, but a powerful testament of remarkable behavior plasticity of chimpanzees.
Oh, okay.
So across Africa, chimp populations are known to very widely vary in traditions, from nut cracking in the west to algae scooping in the east. The Billy apes represent something new. A chimpanzee culture so destructive, so revolutionary, it embraces a ground-dwelling, new foraging technique that forces a total reimagination of the possibility of apes and perhaps their earliest hominid ancestors. So basically, as far as we know, Billy apes are chimpanzees.
Right.
They are just a type of a subculture
Right.
of chimpanzees. And why they are so big is because they are exploiting food sources that other chimpanzees cannot.
And they're probably getting more protein, more
protein. They're
And-
getting more. I mean, everything from nuts and berries
Yeah.
to snails to turtles to lions. They're clearing out predation.
You think it's like boosting their testosterone or something?
So I think it's over generations. I don't know if it's boosting testosterone.
Well, I mean, as
but
far
I
as
think they're selectively breeding themselves into a new species. They're just not there yet.
Right. So like better, stronger traits, bigger traits, like.
But they're showing their kids how to use tools.
Right. Exactly.
So instantly, they are available to higher sources of protein and amino acids that help with development of muscles and brain activity.
Yeah. Right up from a young age. Then.
And so, like he's saying, it's more of a compounding factor for this specific group of chimpanzees.
Yeah.
So while they are not a new species, they are culturally a new group.
Well, don't you think eventually they would
Yes.
be split into a new
100%.
species?
Yeah. But an unclear future. We don't know a lot. The long civil war endured in the Billy region has made it more accessible, and massive new bushmeat trade. People are eating a lot of them.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Suddenly, the forested Billy apes that had ruled an untold generations became hunting grounds for well-armed poachers seeking to feed a growing demand for ape meat in the cities of Buta and Aket.
Ugh.
In 2007-2008, Hicks teams had observed a staggering 34 orphaned chimp infants and 31 carcasses for sale in the region's markets, a rate of killing that could quickly decimate this very small population.
Oh, jeez. That's terrible.
So yeah, the Billy apes are in trouble. And we don't know. We don't know if they will survive. Their area encompasses a staggering 11,000 square miles.
Pretty big.
So we're hoping that there's just enough space for them to hide out, basically. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, at this point. I guess their numbers are, they're fairly low.
As far as I know, there's no Billy apes in captivity that are Billy ape culture. Some
Gotcha.
of the babies have been rescued from bushmeat organizations, but they don't have the culture.
Right.
So it's hard. This is not a species it's just like humans. If you have better nutrients, better living, smarter tools and everything like that, if your dad and mom teaches you good things,
Right.
you develop faster, you develop better.
Be better off.
So it's like that. So I don't know. This is one that I think I wanted to talk about. We've talked about them forever. When we talked about the apes on pirate ships,
Oh, yeah.
silverback gorillas,
Yeah.
or not silverback gorillas, silverback chimpanzees were probably Billy apes that were caught.
Gosh.
So they just chain them up for entertainment.
How dangerous would that be?
As long as you got pretty good chains, because I think most of the time they just get them drunk.
Oh, fair enough.
So it's just a hammered ape in the corner.
Yeah.
That if you give it a rock, it will kill everyone on the ship if it's not hammered.
Gosh. So they just kept it drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
No, it wasn't good. It wasn't a good practice.
No, cheap. Maybe not even cheap entertainment.
No. All right, we got time for one more.
Let's do another one.
So yeah, the Billy Ape one, I couldn't let you guess because it's just a Billy Ape.
I wouldn't have guessed it anyways.
It's just a Billy Ape. The Congo lion killers is another one. Here's one. This one's a little shorter. Chilean hippopotamus.
Ooh. Wait a minute. I think I know this one, but go on.
So Patagonian hippopotamus, or Chilean hippopotamus, is a cryptid reported from the Acaman and the Patagonian in South Chile. Other sightings happen in the Chile archipelago, describing traces back to Father Juan Inco Mali in the late 1700s, who noted the mysterious river and lake-dwelling monsters. Furthermore, this is critical that there are no hippos in the Americas besides the ones Castro released in the late 1900s.
Right.
So this is way before there. There was no hippos.
Oh, okay. Well, there goes my educated guess.
It is not a hippo. I'll give you that hint.
Okay.
It is not a hippo.
I thought this was going to be one of them trick questions.
It is not a hippo. Not a hippo.
Is it a hippo?
It is. They were restricted to the Old World. Other sightings in the Arcama regions in the islands near Chile. Described as different from African hippos a lot. Similar in the size and shape of pygmy hippos or a small horse. They're much, much smaller.
Okay.
1 to 2,000 pounds is what I'd say, which is still a big animal,
Yeah.
but it's not 6 to 8.
No.
1,000 pounds.
Right.
They have webbed, palmed hands, like that of a seal.
Okay.
They have no fur, or the fur that they do have is said to be very little and like that of a young sea lion.
Okay.
Father, like a hippo, just like a little couple of facial hairs, and the babies have a little more fluff than like an adult hippo.
Right.
Father Juan Intigo Malti, a Jesuit priest and naturalist, was one of the earliest Chilean national historians. His Compendio de la Historia Geographica Natural del Siglo del Reino de Chile, 1782, contains these accounts. He was not prone to fantasy. He was very staunch in his biological writings. He repeated locals' belief in secondhand testimonies, practically the Machu Picchu and the Hilchin people.
Okay.
So there's not much to this because it may be extinct, but I have the animal that's closest to it that's right next door.
I'm trying to think.
So it was said not to be aggressive. It was a giant herbivore that lived in the waterways. It rarely ever, if ever, came on land. It had webbed hands like that of a seal. So not like these big hoofed feet like a hippo.
Gosh, nothing is coming.
But it was a herbivore. It was very, very secretive, giant round back. Its back is really what made it look like a hippo, when they're laying in the water. So it would do those kind of things.
I mean, the gears are turning, but nothing's literally popping. Okay, give me a little hint here. Is this something I should know? This animal?
Yes.
So I know about it. Okay.
This is definitely one I thought you would get.
Well, okay, my one guess. All right, I'm ready for my guess. I'm just going to go. Probably wrong, but let's go elephant seal.
No.
Dang. So sad to hear.
No, this is a freshwater dweller. They live in a lot of freshwater often. Not a random one-off.
Oh.
But Chile does have, you are right, there is cryptids that are Chilean elephant seals, like getting up in a river once in a while. They live there.
Water horse?
Yes.
Okay, closer. Okay, is it did we see one this summer?
Yeah.
Is it a water buffalo?
No.
Oh, darn it. Oh, but we seen it?
Yeah. We've seen a cousin of it, at least. It's got the same name.
Oh, gosh.
Did you forget we went to the zoo twice?
Oh, I wasn't thinking zoo. I was thinking animal auction still. Okay.
No, yeah, we did not see one of these at the animal auction.
Okay. A rhino.
No, that's a better guess, but they're also an old world animal.
Okay. Dang, okay. Because we did say
But we did have brontotheres, though.
that rhino at the zoo. Was that an Indian rhino? That was pretty awesome. He was like right up in the water. He was bellowing in the water right in front of us.
Was he a Java or Sumatran?
I don't know what that means.
They're just rhinos.
I think an Indian rhino is what it was.
It may have been. That's not. Anyways.
Oh, that's not a thing?
No, it is, but it kind of.
Okay. So I said on the label there. Okay. Back to.
I think it was Sumatran, to be.
Okay, fair. I don't know. Now I think you're just going to have to tell me.
The Amazonian manatee.
Oh, just a manatee.
Yes. A giant herbivorous floating blob in the water with webbed hands, like a seal.
Well, that was what part was throwing me off.
It's an Amazonian manatee. I thought you were going to get this one.
No.
We've seen them at the zoo.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So they can swim up to 22 kilometers an hour. Sorry. Their population is between 8,000 and 30,000. We don't really know. They're very secretive. They live to be about 30. They're not nearly as big as like West Indian manatees and Florida manatees and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
The Amazonian manatee. And they're technically not found anymore, at least in the rivers where this were seen.
Okay.
But there's many people believe that this is just they were a dying out population of Amazonian manatees.
Okay.
Or another close cousin.
They're way out.
Because Amazonian manatees weren't discovered for a long time. They did not believe there was manatees in the Amazon River.
Okay.
They thought they were just monsters.
Till they found these guys.
Yeah. They are extremely large, aquatic, and bizarrely appearance. First described as a curious combination of seal and hippopotamus.
Okay.
When they first got to the Amazon, they thought they were aquatic hippo, like fully aquatic hippos.
Right.
Because they'd seen hippos in Africa, and they're like, that's a hippo.
That's the same thing.
It's just not as mean. It is the smallest, though, of this 3 extant species of manatee.
Okay.
Manatees are often known as sea cows, which they are not, but they're called this because they're slow, peaceful, and herbivorous nature, reminiscent of the bovine.
Is that okay? Okay. It's just because it reminds them of cows' behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, because just big, chewing on cud, just relaxing. The Amazon manatee can be distinguished with its smooth, rubbery skin, lack of vestigial nails on its flippers. Manatees have forelimbs modified into flippers, no free hind limbs, and rear of their body is formed a flat, round, horizontal paddle. Their flexible flippers can be used to move along the bottom, scratching, touching, and embracing other manatees, and moving food around their mouth and clearing their body. So they're still hands, even though the Amazonian manatee doesn't have nails anymore, fingernails. The manatee's upper limbs are modified into upper lip is in this large bristled surface. The Amazonian manatee has a lot of facial hair.
Okay. Like
compared,
like a Wolford Brimley.
Yes. That they use to deeply, and it has a deeply divided lip. It can move each side of its lip independently when feeding.
Okay.
So it uses this to pull grass and kind of clear off the sediment and all of this. They're generally gray. Sometimes they have white or even bright pink patches on their breast, but they're mostly gray. They have the most color patterns of any of the manatees.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because mostly all of them are just that gray.
Their teeth are continuously replacing horizontally at their caudal position of their jaw, the rostrum portion throughout the manatee's life. So like we said, they're sliding teeth. They're sliding teeth.
Yeah, you might want to explain that for anyone listening at home.
They have teeth that slide in like a track in their mouth. They'll keep replacing.
So
it's super weird. If you ever get the chance to touch a manatee's jaw, and not a live manatee, like a couple zoos in Florida have it where you can touch their bones and feel just how like dense they are and everything.
Yeah.
But you can actually slide these teeth in like a track.
Which is crazy. And like you've tied it to, that's been the description of some Bigfoot.
Bigfoot is a manatee. Amazonian manatees occur throughout the Amazon basin, northern South America, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Brazil. So not Chile. But there are some people believe there was either a cutoff species or a different species of manatee living there. They live in mostly freshwater oxbow lakes, blackwater lagoons, and deep connections of rivers with plenty of aquatic vegetation. They're rarely seen in the main stem of any rivers unless they're traveling.
Okay.
Amazonian manatees are animals that occur in big herds. So unlike other manatee species that are mostly solitary, Amazonian manatees hang out together.
Would this
like
be
hippos.
like, you ever seen that video where that kayaker?
That was Amazonian manatees.
Okay.
That he freaked out and the water exploded.
The water's like thrashing. It looks like a scary horror movie.
Yeah, it's manatees.
Like a ghost.
It's manatees he threw a rock at.
Oh, nice.
That's what he threw in the water to make them all splash.
Not smart.
I mean, they're tiny comparatively. They're not very big. I think they're like 600 pounds.
Still, that video, like if I was in the middle of that, it looked like a ghost was in the water going nuts everywhere.
It's because they're laying on their side and they flash their tail like that.
Yeah. It's just water flinging up everywhere all around you.
But yeah, so these groups are often seen in 4 to 8 individuals, which is very odd for manatees.
Okay.
These manatees are both nocturnal and diurnal and live their lives almost entirely underwater.
Do they even sleep?
Yeah, manatees, they sleep like hippos, where it's like partial sleeping.
Okay.
It's not like what me and you sleep.
Deep REM.
Only their nose stick out above the water and search for the bottoms of the rivers and lakes for less vegetation. An individual one day can eat as much as 8% of their total body weight in aquatic vegetation. Manatees have nostrils, not blowholes, like other aquatic mammals, which close underwater to keep water out and open when above water to breathe. They can remain underwater for extended periods and usually surface the air if they're not doing anything every 5 minutes-ish.
Okay.
They can stay much longer underwater if they have to, but if they're comfortable in just eating and going, they'll about every 5 to 10 minutes they'll come up and breathe. Manatees make seasonal movements depending on flood regimes in the Amazon basin. These floods could have been how they spread out into other areas and got isolated populations.
That makes sense.
They love flooded forests and meadows, and these guys have been seen in farmers' fields during floods, eating all the grass and everything like that.
That's really funny.
So they end up in places, they've ended up in small ponds, they ended up in river systems they are not native to.
How long can they be out of the water?
A lot longer than a lot of other marine mammals.
Okay.
They're not going to crush themselves like a whale.
Yeah.
And some species of what we believe extinct manatees there's artist depictions of them actually crawling up on the beaches and stuff like that. If any of the living manatees could do it, it'd be the Amazonian manatee.
Okay.
There's not a lot known about them.
That's why their bellies, got that little hue to it because they're sun tanning.
Amazonian manatees vocalize alone and with others, rarely between cows and calves. They're talkers. They're very odd for manatees.
Okay.
Dugongs, sea cows, manatees mostly are solitary, unless they have a calf.
Okay.
So they are herbivorous, but they do like eating fruit. They're one of the few that can eat fruit, they get fruit very often.
Yeah, actual fruit, yeah.
They eat a wide variety, though, of aquatic plants. Water lettuce, grasses, bladderwort, hornwort, water lilies are particularly in water hydrangeas are their favorites. They're also known to eat palm fruit when they fall into the water. Any questions?
These are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're neat.
I don't know how I didn't go to manatee. I think I was stuck on hippo and it being like a mammal or some kind of something with legs, like real 4 legs. So I don't know. I didn't even think of manatee. The little webbed hands.
No, and it's like I said, this is not fully depicting of what the Chilean hippopotamus could be. I and many other people believe it is.
Just speculating, yeah.
Yes, because when they got to the Amazon rainforest, like the Spaniards and stuff like that, they described hippos in the Amazonian rainforest. The Amazonian hippo itself is a hippo, or not a hippo, is a manatee.
Gotcha.
So when they got over to Chile and stuff like that, they were describing hippos again.
Okay, yep.
And I'm going to assume it was just manatees again.
Same song and dance.
They look very, very similar.
Well, especially their backs, like
Their
underwater.
backs and their faces, don't look very... they got big mouths, big heads.
Bristly noses.
They're just much more docile. If I had to pick any animal larger to me to be in the water with, it'll be a manatee every time.
Ooh, okay. That's a pretty good one.
And I've looked it up before. A manatee has never killed anybody.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
And they hug. They actually hug. And they hug for the same reason we hug.
For just, embrace.
It's not just like grabbing you.
I'm trying to think of another mammal I'd rather be in the water with, but
gosh, no. Some of the other ones on this list are horrible.
Yeah.
The next one that we'll do on the next part, the bath, would murder you.
Okay.
Another water mammal.
Well, there you go. There's a nice little foreshadow.
I'm giving
for
you
the
hints
future.
because I'm feeling bad because the ones I thought you would get, you're not getting.
I'm not getting. I'm off my game this season finale. This
So
season wore me down.
This is part 3, right?
Yeah.
All right. I've been the great and powerful mystery.
I've been JClone779.
We'll catch you next week, guys.
Bye.
Hey guys, thank you for listening to Cryptids the Corn podcast. Remember, the best way to support the show is share it with a friend. But if you are craving more of the J clones
And more from Mr. E.
there's always extra content on Patreon.
And our paid member space on cryptidsofthecorn.com.
We'll catch you next time with more exciting, fun, and informative information. Bye.